Can you respond, guys? Please respond in the chat box, my dear. Yeah. Yesterday I was talking about what, guys? Spring M data binding application, data binding, form data binding, writing form data into model class object, right? The process of writing form data into model class object is called form data binding. Form data binding operation. Right now, boss? Okay, form data binding operation. Tell me, using traditional HTML tags, based, using traditional HTML tags based form data binding, using traditional HTML tags based form data binding, tell me, we can perform one-way binding. What binding, boss? One-way data binding. We can perform one-way data binding. What is that? Form to model class object. Form page to model class object. Form page to model class object. Using Spring MVC supplied form JSP tags. Form JSP tags based form data binding, we can perform two-way binding. Form page data to model class object and model class object data to form page. Object data to form page. Form page as the initial value. Convinced, my dear? Got the clarity, guys? Come on, everyone. Data binding by Spring MVC supplied JSP tags. Nothing but form tags, guys. Nothing but form tags. Super. These tags, MVC supplied JSP tags, support two-way data binding. What, guys? Two-way data binding. Two-way data binding means form data will be written to model class object. Model class object data will be written to form component. This happens for what? Form submission. For form submission. For form submission. This is for what, guys? For form launching. For form launching. Tell me, Spring MVC supplied two JSP tag libraries. What do you mean by JSP tag library, guys? JSP tag library is a library that contains set of readily available JSP tags. JSP tag library is a library. JSP tag library is a library. That contains set of readily available JSP tags. set of readily available JSP tags. Understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Are you getting my point, boss? Got the clarity, boss? Understanding my statement? Yes, boss. Spring MVC supplied two tags for generic JSP tag library, argument binder, general purpose tags, guys. Use general purpose tag. Form JSP tag library. Use form tags. Use form tags. See, guys, we have a lot of tags like button, checkbox, errors, form, hidden, input, option, password, radio buttons. We have a lot of things now, boss. So these are form boss. I tell you, every JSP tag library is identified with its taglib URI. Array, JSP tag library is like Java package. Every Java package is identified with package name. Similarly, every JSP tag library is identified with its taglib URI. With its taglib URI. With its taglib URI. Understanding my statement? Every package every Java package is a folder. Achha, 1 minute. Every JSP tag library is like Java package. Every Java package. Every Java package is identified with its taglib URI. With its package name. Whereas every JSP tag library is identified with its taglib URI. With its taglib URI. Understanding my statement, guys? Now listen. Spring's generic tag library URI is just this. Spring's form tag library URI is tags/form. Just tags, here tags/form. Just tags and tags/form, guys. Just tags/form. Nothing else apart from that. Understanding my statement, guys? Generic tag lib URI, this one was. All the code related to Spring MVC supplied JSP tag libraries are available in Spring-MVC, Spring-Web-MVC-version.jar. Jar file. Okay, guys. Next one. To use any JSP tag library in our JSP pages, we need to use following things. Any JSP. Place a relevant jar file to class path or build path and also in web/in/lib folder. Relevant jars file. Suppose you want to use JSTL tag. JSTL jars we have to add. You want to use Spring MVC supply tag. Relevant jars we have to add. Import JSP tag library in JSP page by using taglib directive tag. By simply using taglib directive tag. And this is the tag we have to use. @taglib URI fixed. Prefix is programmer choice. Prefix is programmer choice. Understanding my statement, guys? @taglib URI. This kind of fixed URIs, guys. Prefix is our choice. Why prefix, guys? I'm trying to use two different tag library tags. Unfortunately, both tag libraries are giving same name with different functionalities. Both tag libraries are giving two tags having same name with different functionality. I want to use both the tags in one JSP page. Then we can differentiate those tags with the prefix or not. Then we can differentiate those tags with the prefix or not. I want reply boss. Okay. Suppose if prefix is also fixed. Prefix is fixed. Tag names are fixed in two different tag library. Can we differentiate them, guys? No. Two people are having same name. Then we differentiate them through surname. Two classes are having same name. Then we differentiate them with their package name. Then we different. Okay. Prefix is very useful to differentiate the tags. The tags of two different JSP tag libraries that are having same name. Prefix is useful to differentiate the tags of two different JSP tag libraries that are having same name. That are having same name. Super. Procedure to design form page of Spring Web MVC application using Spring supplied JSP tags, guys. Simply using Spring supplied JSP tag. Make sure that jar files of JSP tag libraries are all added. This is already added, Rama. This is already added. You need not to add it. Already added. Added. Okay. First of all, what should I do? Step 0. Keep previous application ready. Previous application ready as a separate copy. Previous application ready as a separate copy, guys. Keep previous application ready as a separate copy. Simply as the separate copy. Simply as the separate. Okay. What's our workspace, guys? We have to open our workspace. Where is our workspace, my dear? Yes, boss. Six boot. Launched or not launched? What is there? 64, right? The previous application has a separate copy. Yeah, this is our previous application now, boss. This is the previous application. Data binding HTML tags. Paste. 04. HTML tags are Spring MVC tags. Spring MVC tags. Right click, guys. Properties, guys. Web project settings, guys. Spring MVC tags, guys. Apply, guys. Apply and close. Apply, guys. Apply and close. Cool na, boss? Right click, properties. Done. Yes, boss. Now tell me, step number, what is the next step? Student underscore form.jsp. Yeah, I think other day we have taken customer form, it seems. I'll change accordingly, boss. Main web app, nothing will change, guys. Here is my pages, customer underscore form.jsp. Yeah, we have to use the Spring supplied tags first. First, let me import it, guys. @tag lib. It's like Java package import statement. URI is equal to form. Then prefix is equal to FR. Prefix is equal to FRM. @tag lib URI is equal to form, prefix is equal to FRM. Customer registration page. FRM : form. Okay, no action. FRM : form. Action is equal to this, method is equal to this. Action is equal to this, method is equal to this. Okay. Here also FRM : form. FRM : form. Table. Customer name. FRM : input Babu. Here by default text box only. But this time to specify the name path, you have to write. Path is equal to CM. This is the Spring MVC supplied tags. That's why they are different. Say paste. Path is equal to CNAME. this. Path is equal to C address. This. Path is equal to bill amount. Path is equal to bill amount. For submit tag, we don't have alternate in Spring MVC tags, guys. Is there any submit tag? Submit tag not there. So you have wherever tag is not there, go for traditional HTML. Wherever tag is not there, go for traditional HTML. But I said it supports two-way binding, right? Okay, now let's focus on form launching, boss. Okay. When I click on hyperlink, the request goes to get mode request goes to dispatcher servlet and handouts to handler mapping. It looks for the handler method who takes get mode register. This one, na? Okay. But listen, guys, listen. I want to tell to dispatcher servlet, while launching form page also, you should create model class object. So for that purpose, how to give instruction to dispatcher servlet, you should create model class object. Always by using @model attribute. Always by using @model attribute. During form launching also, I should give instruction, you should create mod. What is that? Model class object means here also @model attribute customer cust. Everyone getting my point? This is most important. Sir, if I do same thing in traditional HTML tags also, two-way binding happens now. Won't happen. Why? Traditional HTML tags cannot collect data from Java object because HTML tags cannot deal with Java data, cannot deal with Java code, right? Do you think traditional HTML tags can deal with the Java tag? Yeah. Public string show customer form page @model attribute customer cust. Return customer underscore form. Return customer underscore form. Return customer underscore form. Clear, my dear? Got the point, my dear? Come on. @get mapping / register. Return customer underscore form, boss. Return customer underscore form. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear, guys? I want reply. This is merger chain. Now tell me. Now I have to tell to form page, a form page, while launching the form page, you collect the data from this model class object and put the data into form component. What is the model attribute name I have given? Cust. And the same cust should be given here now, boss. Same cust should be given here now. So from that customer object cust, CNO value will be taken and will made as initial value of text box. CNAME value will be taken, will be made as initial value of CNAME text box. C address value will be taken, will be made as initial value of address. Bill amount will be taken and will be made as initial value of this one. So this is the extra thing or not? This is the extra thing or not? Yes, boss. See, guys, post Student is action path, guys. Don't worry. Post this. SNO, SN. This model must match with form launching handler method model attribute. Man. Improvise handler method in controller class using which the form will be launched. Using which the form page will be launched. This is form launching one. Na? There we are reading at the rate model attribute student. Model class object will be with initial values, and these initial values will be shown as the initial values of form components. As the initial values of form component. Only these two changes, guys. Only these two changes, right? Everyone getting my point, guys? Give me 2 minutes time. I'm getting Guys, everyone, please come back. Yeah. What is this, guys? This is form page, guys. SNO, SNAME, SADD, average. This is this. Remaining all things are going to be same. Okay. Remaining all things are going to be same. Let's run the application, guys. Right click. Listen, before that, let me show customer.java. C address is equal to Hyderabad. 1 minute. Let me print the customer object at this level. Systrace cust.toast. Systrace cust.toast. Copy this. Paste it. Cust.toast. Run on server. Say next. Remove all. Finish. Okay. Register customer. Listen, guys. The form data came now, boss. Okay. And a default bill amount, whatever model class object data is there, that came and populated into text boxes. That has come and populated into text boxes. Come on. That has come and populated into text boxes. Yes, boss. Now listen. 1001 Raja 9000. I can change this address to Delhi. Now tell me, when you click on see, when I launch this, customer object is all null. Only this is address. When you click on submit button, guys, okay, second one executed. This time, or maybe I have not written SOP statement, but you are getting full form data there now, boss. That means, are you feeling two-way binding? Are you practically feeling the two-way binding? Are you practically feeling the two-way binding activity or not? Okay, when I submit it, entire form data is stored into customer class object. What do you say? Entire form data came and stored into customer class object. Entire form data came and stored into customer class object. Launch of form page, get mapping, this one. Okay, that's the specialty. Why it is able to do, sir? Are a simple reason, Rababu. These are JSP tags. JSP tags can locate and get data from Java object. Traditional HTML tags can do that work, guys? No. That's why traditional HTML tags are supporting one-way binding. And JSP tags are supporting two-way binding. Right now, boss? Okay, this is what I want to prove, guys. Nothing else. Okay, step number 3. Step note. Keep remaining all the resources of the project as it is. Project as it is. Keep remaining all the resources of the project as it is. Okay, guys. Tell me next question. Before going to these differences, guys, let me show one thing. In Spring supplied MVC tag, If no mode is specified, the default mode is post. But in traditional HTML tag, default is get. In Spring supplied MVC tag, if no mode is specified, the default mode is post mode. Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Okay. Can I believe you, sir? Yes, you can believe me. Default mode is post na, boss. If no mode is specified, default mode is post. Next one. What is the request path of the URL to launching the form page? /register. Right? When I click on form submit button, to which request URL you want to submit? Again register. Again register. Now listen. If you take form page without action attribute, if you take form tag without action attribute, are you listening my statement? If you take the form tag without action attribute, tell me what happened. Using which URL form is launched, to the same URL form will be submitted. Anchor tag also same story, boss. Anchor tag also same story. If you take anchor tag without href, okay, Ravi Kushwal, that's what I'm explaining, Rababu. When you take form tag without action attribute, using which URL form is launched, to the same URL form will be submitted. Using which URL form is launched, guys? Register. Register. Okay, here action is there, boss? Not there. To the same URL form will be submitted. Register. But what is the mode of the request? Post. Post. Register with post. So we have another method to handle register with post. We have another method to handle register with post, guys. Run on server, say next, say finish. Yeah, still two-way binding is taking place now. 9001. Ramesh is the name. Okay. Bill amount is someone. Coming or not coming, of course. Definitely coming. Okay, now listen carefully. What is the difference between traditional HTML form tags and Spring MVC form JS tags? Okay. Given by W3C company. Given by Spring Framework. Supports only one-way binding. Supports only two-way binding. The default mode for request. The default request mode for form generated request is get. The default request mode for the form generated request is post. Can be used in any technology based web application development. Can be used only in Spring MVC and Spring Boot MVC applications. These are not strictly typed tag. HTML tags are not strictly typed. These JSP tags are strictly typed. Here, tags and attributes are not case sensitive. Here, tags and attributes are case sensitive. Here, the tags and attributes are case sensitive. Yes, na boss? Listen. Form model attribute stud. If form page is taken without action attribute, then the request path using which form is launched, the same request path will become default action path in form tag. Default action tag in form tag. Same is applicable for href attribute of anchor tag. href attribute of anchor tag. Convinced, my dear? Convinced, my dear? Your default request mode is post. Your default request mode is get. You got complete idea about what, guys? How to use Spring MVC supplied tags, boss? Okay, guys. Tell me. If the handler method in controller class, if the handler method in controller class is, if the handler method in controller class is dealing with handler method in controller class is dealing with come on, guys. Is dealing with post mode request, then placing post is equal, method is equal to post in FRM colon form tag is optional. Because in Spring MVC supplied JSP form tags, the default request method is post. The default request method is post. The default request method is post. Tell me, if the form page launching request URL and the form page submission request URL or path are matching, then placing action attribute in FRM colon form tag is optional. Action attribute in FRM colon form tag is optional. I think you got the idea how to handle with Spring MVC tags, guys. Only two changes. Form launching method also model attribute and the same model attribute should match. So that what happened? The form component will get data from what? Model class object will display the initial values. Will seriously display the initial values. Will literally display the initial values. Got it? Comfortable, guys? Thank you. Yeah, when we meet tomorrow, we will discuss one more small topic. Then we will go to mini project covering all card operations. Right? Okay, guys. Pilla Swati, I completed graduation 2020. I put fake experience to apply, sir. Is it okay? Yes, no problem, madam. I'll collect the documents properly. Sai Kumar, your course will be completed by this month 2025. While creating dispatcher servlet error, Majji, some tags gone wrong. One more time, try cross-verify the code that you have written in web.xml.